Continuing with our Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.3 preview playthrough as the Corporate Sector Authority. In the last episode, we finished establishing what is sort of our front line here, or we've almost finished establishing it. There are still some Maldruid planets there, but today what we're going to be doing, aside from continuing to try to build up some of these planets, is we're going to be going after Warlord Zinj. So we're going to take Fendar, then we're probably going to go in on Farai Junction and head to Dathomir from there. So we're getting into the last of Zinj's forces. He was in kind of an unfortunate situation, and then after that, it'll be on to probably the Pentastar alignment or the Greater Maldruid. We'll see which seems like the right move from there. And let's get into it, I guess. They seem to have built up quite a bit more. So it's a bit scarier. They took out all the Mandalorian forces, which I'm kind of sad about because I wanted to fight the Mandalorians. But we're going to move ahead. So I am still trying to get to some better economic planets for us. But we'll deal with that in a moment. Oh, so that's another thing that happened. A lot of the units have been given their icons. Some are just placeholders, but it should help us a fair bit, and there will be more put in as we go. So hopefully everything should be a little bit more clear now, and will continue to get more clear. But you can see the only space unit that seems to be without it, the Bulwark, though I think I actually did do a Bulwark icon, so I'm just going to have to check the coding for that. But yeah, so let's get going. I have some artillery here, but it's only three slots, so it's not going to be the most difficult. I haven't had a chance to do too many other gameplay changes because I was working on the Fall of the Republic stuff for the preview that we're doing this week. After that, it'll get back to being more split between the two, and also Ascendancy. There's been a new expansion announced for Sins of Solar Empire, so that is going to impact our beta a fair bit.
Roger. Choose your reinforcements.
Bring in the Strikebreakers. There is a Strikebreaker icon, but I guess that was not put in.
Reporting in.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what happened. There was a typo in the icon name for the company, but not for the unit. So the company unit calls it I_J Strikebreaker, whereas the actual icon is named I_Strikebreaker. So I fixed it in the main repository, but I split it off. Like this is a branch, a separate branch of the repository. Basically means I can make whatever changes for the playthrough need to be made, like all the patron units, without impacting the main development branch. So that'll be fixed next time then.
Squad, advance.
I like it when I get to solve things in the middle of an episode.
Order acknowledged.
Clearly the best time for it.
Choose your reinforcements. Yes, Commander.
Okay, we'll send one of these guys back there. And we'll get our commander... Oh, we just need that one.
Roger that.
Awaiting orders. All right, men, take cover. Ready.
Construction complete.
Right away.
But yeah, so all the balance changes to the CSA units, and using them as a test for some of the other new ground mechanics. Or not really new mechanics, but the revamping is probably going to be one of the higher priorities. So that'll be something you start seeing over the course of maybe not the next few episodes, because I am trying to record a bit more, so I'm going to be gone for a week. But while I'm gone for that week over Christmas, 10 days actually, that should all be stuff that I'm working on.
Roger that. Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, let's get an air attack. JX-40, another Strikebreaker.
Gargantuan ready. Combel in position. Yes, sir. Attack the target. Squadron moving out.
Form up.
I read you. Moving ahead. Reporting in. Receiving your transmission.
Okay, you two can handle that AT-ST.
Lancet standing by.
And I'll just send everyone else up the path.
Aerial artillery reporting. Ready for orders. Command
I can just fly up the hill. Just as good.
How can I help? Adjusting course. Target confirmed.
That'll be another one for Garm in the Strike Breaker. Or not Garm, for the Air Tech.
Link active.
It sounds like Garm.
Skip Ray reporting.
Roger that. Moving
Initiate
out.
bombing run.
Fire at will. Cut through them.
We've
Warm
sighted
up.
them.
Targeting.
I'm at your disposal. On the move. Targets engaged.
Awaiting orders. Blast them out. Attacking. Firing. Copy. Engaging. Serve the alliance. I copy.
Alright, you don't need to be back there. You can come and help. Okay, we gotta take out that build pad. That's keeping stuff alive.
Heading for attack position. Attack. Fire. Yes, sir.
Oh, we're actually gonna lose one of these vehicles. Or not. Okay, they've lost control of the turbo laser. No, we lost it.
What's the plan? Proceed. Heading to destination.
Aerial artillery reporting.
Alright, we're almost good here.
Ready for orders.
That with all the garrisons. Oh, never mind. We haven't. There we go. So we got Findar. We did lose a JX-40. It's going to be rare until the air unit changes go through with that.
Construction complete.
Do we have any? No. Let's get a Citadel as our Pathfinder.
Complete.
We'll move them up to Meridoun. And I was looking for what our next economic planet is likely to be. Do we have anything on? Yeah, Sereno we're using as one, but I don't know if that's the best choice to keep them on. We still have one more set we can use. It might not be until we get over to like Munilence that we have another really good option.
We've located the enemy.
It has come up in the comments whether or not we're going to change how economic stuff works in the mod. But I did talk about that quite a bit earlier on. We haven't given any specifics yet, but we are working on different economic systems. What you have to keep in mind, although we do want to work on that stuff, is that we have to keep something that makes sense for having a lot of small factions as well as having 2 or 3 really big factions. So you can't just have something that lets you steamroll smaller factions early game. You need to find different ways for there to be more expenditures later on, rather than limiting credits for smaller factions being the emphasis. And there's only so much you can do with the AW. Like, you have the smugglers aren't really a different gameplay way to do credit, so it's generally always going to be without some significant extra scripting. It's going to be based on building those economic structures on planets, and that's why we're working on the buildings that we are with the capitals and the like the Moth palaces and everything, which are going to be used as essentially cases for extra scripting to give people more control over their government type, which will have impacts on income, on on expenditures, on different bonuses. So it's going to be more oriented towards that.
Armed and ready.
In the mod with 2.0 because, or 2.2 rather, with the limit of like 15 ground mines, that's not really that much different than if you just had none of the limit and then each one doing less, or if you were to allow smuggling as well, because then it's just still based on the other factions building up the exact same things, and then the smugglers get the credits from those planets, and it doesn't really change anything. So we'll be talking about more of those systems as they develop, but that's basically what we're trying to address with it, or the factors as we try to address it. Get Unrepentant in there. I think these are just regular Lucre Hulks. And you can stay back here and deal with that.
Cruiser reporting.
Alright. So there's Junction Space.
Adjusting course.
System lost.
Yul Shaw from CSA to PA. Not really going to be much of a way to get around that. But let's queue up on Eddie. Let's get... I guess we'll get another Invincible, so we'll get Aggressive Negotiations.
In production. Invasion commencing.
So once we're done with Junction, we're going to go straight into Dathomir. And that'll be... Iron Fist should be there. We don't have a scout yet, so we can't figure it out.
We've been paid. We'll follow
Choose
orders.
your reinforcements.
On my way, sir.
Heading out.
At
Order
maximum
acknowledged.
unit capacity.
We'll
Enemy
move as
base
long as we're
shields
paid.
up.
Yeah? Let's get this thing moving.
Your coin is good. We're ready to...
Actually, I guess I should clarify something earlier. It's not that the smaller factions need to make as much money as the bigger factions. They just need to be viable with something like Maldrude's start in Art of War and the CSA start. So if you have like 5 planets, you shouldn't be like locked out of any ability to expand or to make credits. You know, it already used shield flare. There we go.
Head that direction.
Engage.
At maximum unit capacity.
What are your orders?
Form up. Firing. Awaiting orders. Copy. Let's go.
Okay, they have a lot of buildings here.
I copy.
I think we lost all the B1s already. Okay, we're gonna back off. We're gonna try to get another one of these
Receiving orders.
landing zones.
Yes, sir.
Without the shields, the air tech platform is
Yes, Commander.
pretty vulnerable.
Moving out.
Choose your reinforcements. At maximum
I'll grab some Espos. Okay, there we go. Scared him away.
Standing by. Aerial artillery reporting.
Waiting orders. Heading to destination.
Okay, you're gonna have to come back and guard our boys here.
Ready for orders. Engaging. Copy.
Moving to that area, sir. Spread out, man.
I'm here. Let's get this thing moving. Right away.
I got you.
I copy. For the Alliance.
Reporting.
At the ready.
What are your orders?
Order acknowledged.
Gargantuan ready. Moving out. Draw their fire.
Yes, Commander. Heading out.
I read you. Head that direction.
Alright, we got out.
Orders, sir.
Ready to receive orders. I have the target in sight.
Reporting in.
Reporting.
So I'm going to send them to capture this. We'll build a sensor node there. We'll just hold this until we can drop some more units. And run over those Raptor Troopers. I think they're coded to use the Stormtrooper Death Clones, so that'll still need to change. Alright, pull back. We don't need to be out here. We'll capture that for us now. Okay, so they have a shield generator in the Moth Palace, probably a light vehicle factory, based on what we're seeing. And I'm not sure what else. Let's take out the shield first. Then we'll use our bombing run on the Moth Palace. And that'll probably be renamed at some point. I just named it while I was coding it in. Oh, back off.
Heading for attack position.
No! Well, we should actually probably get this one, because that'll bring our view up a little bit.
Yes, sir. Attack. Yes, Commander. Command received. Fire. Right away. Ready.
What are your orders?
Reporting in. Roger that. Let's move out.
Lancet standing by.
Here. Nope.
Warm up.
You gotta capture that. I'm gonna move these guys up a little bit.
Real artillery reporting.
Gargantuan ready.
We've secured a landing. Awaiting orders. Copy. Keep going.
Alright. Bombing run on this.
Starting attack.
Heading to destination.
You guys keep going in. And there we go.
Receiving your transmission. I can do that. Let's get this thing moving. They have no idea what the deal is.
Alright, okay, so the rest are tax collection. So
How can I help? Open fire.
we're pretty much through here.
Ready for orders.
Right now we're pretty lucky with the flying units being classified as flying units and not having the changes in for that yet, because it does make it a lot easier when they can't properly damage the strike breakers and the JX-40s in the same way. So that'll probably change as of episode... What is this? Episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Hopefully by episode 12. That's one of the things that sucks about having to bulk record in the early parts of these previews, is that's when normally there'd be a lot more of the changes coming, because I'm... you guys are basically watching live testing, but when I'm gone for 10 days, that's a bunch of episodes worth of time that changes can't necessarily happen at the same pace we'd like.
Moving ahead.
So We'll get through it. We'll get through it all together.
Adjusting course.
Everybody just hold it together and it'll be okay.
System control achieved.
Okay, so there's Junction. I think because we're going to be fighting Zinj, I'm going to put our entire fleet together. Which means we're not going to be able to defend as well. But it's a risk we got to take. We still have the citadels, we do.
Tactical battle imminent.
And our space. You son of a...
Complete. Tactical battle imminent.
Alright, is Iron Fist here though? Or has it died? Because it does leave sometimes, just usually doesn't.
The enemy is approaching.
It may be gone, in which case that was a lot of build-up for absolutely nothing. Oh, it's here, never mind. We got Benjir, we've got Iron Fist, we got Tridget. The Executor space model will be redone at some point. It was this was a model that we made for Ascendancy, which had some even more strict limits on file stuff, but that was also before we started compressing the models. So we should have a bit more room to work with. So it should be a little bit... we might be able to make it a little bit bigger in-game, and also it'll just look generally better. But we're not sure when that's going to be, because right now the SSD we're working on is the Asserter. So maybe sometime after that's done, that'll be the other big project I try to take on.
Reinforcements en route.
Oh, all right, this is gonna be interesting. Wraith,
Reinforcements en route.
Scarface,
Reinforcements en route.
Unrepentant.
I'm under attack.
All right, I'm gonna start off by just Control A, skip raids, go after that.
I'm hit.
Wraith is probably not gonna make it.
Targeted.
War pods.
Awaiting orders.
I'm getting torn apart.
Cruiser here.
Orders, sir. Go after. How about a little help?
Frigate reporting.
Choose your reinforcements.
We'll put Kryn in for the... You know what? We'll put Grumpy in. Because he can give a combat bonus as well. And he won't be able to die to his UHV gunshots.
I can't take another hit like that.
You're actually going to help take out Tridget.
Cover me.
Alright.
Fighters on me.
Zinj's shields are down.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I'm under attack.
Cannons are.
I'm hit. Choose your reinforcements.
Let's also get in Mr. Porto. I'm not reading. We can put in another Invincible now. Let's do that. Let's get a Citadel group in.
Weapons armed. Open fire.
I can't take another hit like that.
Yes. Target those lasers.
Changing course to
You guys go and help that.
someone cover me. This is bad.
Our battleships aren't the best, but our fighters really are, especially compared to the very little they have here.
Roger that. Ready for action. Ready for command, sir.
The 95s I'm gonna send over there.
Commander, they're hitting us. Course set. Advancing on target.
Shield generator is lost. They have disabled our lasers.
I'm hit.
The lasers are our target.
They've got us targeted.
Alright. You gotta move over this way so Grumpy can get in there.
A little help? Falling out of formation. Can anyone else see him?
Take out the iron. Waiting orders.
We're gonna get another HV gun shot. Yep, here we go. Will we outspeed it? No. It's still alive. We could retreat right now, and we might get away. No, it's gonna completely demolish that.
Someone cover me. I can't stay out here.
Yeah, this side is gonna have to go after this ISD. They're just such big ships.
I'm running out of maneuvers.
Choose your
I'll send Kryn over here.
reinforcements en route.
Oh, hold on.
Get over here in hell. I'm under attack. I'm hit. I'm losing my engine. They've got us targeted. How about a little help? Can anyone else see him? Where are you? Ah, I can't take another hit like that. Someone cover me.
Okay, don't just run into it.
I got fighters on me.
Already forward, but not that forward.
Black speed.
Heading out. Reinforcements
Get
cancelled.
over here and help.
Reinforcements en route.
I'm under attack. I'm getting torn apart.
Okay, get out of there if you can.
Spot.
Our
I'm
primary
hit.
target is those ion cannons.
Shoot him down. Ready to blow something up. They've got us targeted. Stay in formation. How about a little help? Where's our cover?
Boy.
Anyone else see him?
The
Where are
missile
you?
launchers are the primary target.
Ah, I can't take another hit like that. Where'd he come from? Someone cover me.
Okay, his shields are still up, so if we can
Fighters on me.
back him out of there,
Over here and help.
the engines are going to be down, so it's going to be kind of slow going.
Enemies in range. I'm losing. I'm hit.
He may be able to get back up to full.
A little help.
Choose your
We're not paid enough for this.
On the way.
I have them now. Can anyone else see him? Has been destroyed. Where are you? Ah,
No,
I
you're...
can't take another
Okay,
hit like
that's
that.
fine.
I can't stay out here. More enemy craft.
We've lost our turbo lasers.
Someone cover me. Our primary fighters on
Okay, Kryn and Scarface are coming in. That should take out that ISD. Iron Fist isn't shooting at
attack.
Grumby anymore.
Let's get moving. I'm running out of maneuvers. All fighters attack.
95s over this way.
I'm hit.
Are these IRDs or are these war pods? These are war pods, so you guys stay on Zinj.
Fire. Can anyone else see him?
Frequency open.
Citadels are doing an okay job against some of these fighters.
Enemies in range.
That ISD is half gone.
Can't take another hit like that.
Scarface is almost in range for Iron Fist now, too.
Laser cannons.
I'm getting torn apart. I'm in a tight spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that to turn around, and
Cover me.
you guys can start moving up a little bit. I think Luke Rockets are gonna have to go on much lower Z layers.
I got fighters on.
That's probably how we're gonna have to handle that.
Shield generator.
Where's our cover?
And we have the scripts where it'll randomize the Z layers for ships, and that'll really help with some of these larger ships.
The lasers are our target.
I'm hit.
Actually, I think it still counts as long as it's on technically the same layer. But we'll... Okay, that's not good.
Where'd he come
Target
from?
priority is the laser cannons.
His engines are gone.
Directing all
Can
fire of
anyone
the
else
missile
see him?
launchers.
After the stragglers. Where are you? Ah, I can't take another hit like that. Regroup for another. I'm not paid enough for this. Someone cover me.
Okay, what I think I'm gonna do right now is I'll send them after the shipyard,
Fighters on me. Get over here and help.
the bombers, and we'll keep our capital ships kind of firing on it.
Under attack.
The war pods will still be firing on it as well.
I'm hit.
You guys should be in range to get some shots off there.
Got a little help? I can't stay out here. Can anyone else see him? Where are you? Ah, I can't take another hit like that. I'm running out of maneuvers. I'm losing my engine.
Stop it. Your missiles are already firing. You don't need to move anymore.
I'm under attack. I've spotted them. I'm hit.
Ready for battle.
I'm getting torn apart. They've got us targeted.
Alright, we just gotta try to keep Grumby at a safe distance. Because he can probably tank a couple more,
Where are you?
maybe 2 or 3 more HV gunshots.
Someone cover me. Where's our cover? Locking on.
No, the bombers are too far out now.
I got fighters on me. Get over here and help. I'm under attack. I'm hit. They've got us targeted. How about a little help? Can anyone else see him? Where'd he come from? This is bad. I'm not paid enough for this. I can't stay out here.
Alright, most of the weapons on both sides are gone. But most of the ones on this side are pretty heavily damaged too.
Regroup for another attack. Attacking the lasers. Back around for another.
Then
Warm up. Getting a lock.
Free birds.
Activated.
Where's the target? Attack!
The lasers are our
Alright,
target.
I'm gonna start moving you around just in case we can somehow get it to miss the shot. We've lost most of our fighters now.
Awaiting orders. Open fire. Where'd he go? Nowhere to run.
I can't take another hit like that.
Draw their fire.
Someone cover me!
Attack formation. Go after the stragglers. I'm losing.
How about some action?
Another attack. I got you.
Choose your reinforcements.
All ahead.
They're coming in quick.
Reinforcements en route.
Coming about. Enemy craft.
Okay, we gotta get through the station and the Golan next. Okay, will he live 2 more?
Where'd he go?
Alright, if we can power through the station,
I got fighters on me.
we might be okay.
Get over here and help.
Falling out of formation.
I'm under attack. I'm hit. They've got us targeted.
Heavy
I'm losing my engine.
Go after the stragglers.
Targeting at maximum firepower. How about a little help? What's with all this sitting around?
Choose your
Can anyone
reinforcements.
else see
Get a
it?
Citadel in,
Torn apart.
up with some of that. And we gotta take out these CR90s.
Someone cover me. I'm in a tight spot. Where'd he go? I got fighters on me.
Prey birds have to go for their
Get over here
fighters.
and help. Shoot him down.
You guys have some anti-fighters, so let's actually redirect those to that.
Got us targeted. Where's our cover?
Stay in formation. Draw their fire. Eliminating target. Target locked.
Batteries online. How about a little help?
Get behind them.
Can anyone else see him?
Attack formation.
Where are you?
Have them now.
I can't take another hit like that.
I'm on them. Coming around.
Okay, we've got to get up to that station before another shot, and then they might retreat.
Someone cover me. Weapons ready. I got fighters on me.
attack. Regroup for another attack.
Get over here and help. Fire. I'm under attack.
Okay, can you get over there? I'm gonna start moving this one over to this.
I'm hit. They've got us targeted.
Attack position. Stay in formation.
How about a little help? Can anyone else see him? Where'd he come from?
Okay, we're basically just plowing straight through to the station if we can.
This is bad.
You gotta take out those.
Where'd he go?
I can't take another hit like that.
Choose your reinforcements.
Destination confirmed. Someone cover me. I'm not paid enough for this. I got fighters on me. Get over here and help. I can't stay out here. Reporting in. I'm under attack.
Ready for duty. We're in attack position. Have them now.
Okay, pull you back over there. Pull you up. Nope.
I'm losing my engine.
Yeah.
Formation.
Roger that.
Go after the stragglers.
I'm hit. I'm getting torn apart.
Another attack.
I'm in a
No, there's gonna be another HV gunshot. Yep, there it is.
Locking on.
Nick them.
Rip Grumby.
shoot him down.
Awaiting orders. The missile launchers are the primary target. Target sighted.
How about a little help? Where's our cover?
Copy. Navigating
anyone
to
else see
coordinates.
Well, hopefully my attempt to save Grumby doesn't get Sloan killed, but he was the less important one.
I copy.
Where are you?
Flank speed.
We'll still have Kryn.
Here. I can't take another hit like that.
The launch bay.
It's gonna take a lot to rebuild what we had, though.
Reporting.
Someone cover me. I'm running out of maneuvers. I'm losing my engine.
Alright, are we gonna lose this Lucrehawk, though? That's done.
Our target priority awaiting instructions. Direct fire at their
Yeah, we're gonna lose Sloan as well.
Yes, Commander.
And we're gonna lose Prophet.
Ready? Target those lasers. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Our launch bay has been destroyed. The lasers are our reporting.
Alright. I've done stuff that'll boost the other faction's income already, but I'm probably gonna have to do stuff that'll boost ours, or else we are in trouble.
Attack.
Get over here and help. I'm under attack.
Yeah, you gotta take that out.
Our turbo laser battery.
Kryn, can you actually finish this one off?
Our shields are
I'm
down.
hit. They've got us targeted.
Our target
How about a little
priority is the
help?
laser cannons.
Attacking target.
Nope, don't turn around.
Lasers are our target.
Can
Our
anyone
target
else see him?
priority is the laser cannons.
Where are you?
The lasers are our target. Those torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
Oh. Still stuff over there.
Ah, I can't take another hit like that.
Oh boy.
Skip
Alright,
ready
we gotta
reloading.
get fighters over to these guys.
Primed.
This is what's keeping the battle going.
Spray blast boat here. Armed and ready. Open fire. Someone cover me.
Didn't even notice those were there. Oh, this as well.
Fire at will.
Active.
Okay, let's not lure those fighters towards it.
Weapons online. All right. They're as good as gone. I'm getting torn apart.
Attacking.
No, you gotta shoot the thing I told you to shoot.
Roger that. I can't see anything in this nebula. I got fighters on me.
Scanners.
Alright. Definitely weren't gonna be able to save Grumby. Kryn is now our only hero.
Targeting.
We're down from 3 to 1.
Ready for action. Send the coordinates. Time to die. Fire at will. Ready to blow something up. They're all ours.
Alright, you're dead.
To earn our pay.
You're the only one left.
Have a torpedo. On me.
Killed all the fighters, too. This is our entire fleet now. That was scary.
Starting attack position.
I don't know why Lanu's in space, anyways. Okay, so this was, this cost a lot. Killed Iron Fist, though. And we killed a couple ISTs. So, we're going to need some rebuilding. So I think we're going to leave that there for today's episode. And next time, we should be making a little bit more. For credits, we'll be able to start the big rebuild project. Let's actually queue up nothing, because we only have 536. This is our income, not our credits. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. And I will see you next time. So tomorrow, actually, there won't be an episode of this playthrough. There will be the CIS preview for Fall of the Republic. Then on Tuesday, we'll be back with the CSA. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.